Welcome to the channel. They tried it. Yeah, they tried it. They definitely tried it. They tried it. They low-key, very manipulatively, very underhanded, tried to sell you as the villain. And a lot of people bought the story. A lot of people bought it. No one questioned it. Master victims. That's what I call them. Master victim. Some people really do get comfortable being the victim. It's a comfortable space. There's a lot of benefits in being the victim, especially if you're a vocal victim. People rally around you and people support you, and you receive things and you receive energy from people. They played the victim. There was so much information, so many details, so much that was omitted that it was a partial truth, but it damn near should have been just called a lie. They tried it. They really tried it. They were telling people that they love you and they care for you and they just want to make sure you're okay and they just want you to be happy. But in their hearts, they cursed you. They wanted you to not make it without them. They wanted you to come running back like a little puppy with your tail between your legs, begging for forgiveness. And it didn't happen. They wanted you to be without all the things that they knew that you desired. And it became their mission to make sure that you didn't receive those things. They were so focused on you. And they succeeded somewhat. A lot of people believed their half-truths. A lot of people supported them and stood with them on a bunch of BS. But what didn't happen is the one thing they wanted, which was you. They wanted you back. They wanted you under their thumb. They wanted you to be desperate and desolate and just pitiful without them in your lives. Because a part of their story was telling people how much you used and manipulated and abused them, and how you couldn't function without them. And maybe a little bit of it was true. There was a point where you were codependent, where you did trauma bond with them, where they used your weaknesses to control you, and your strengths they stripped and downplayed and belittled and gaslit you. But look at you. Here you are. Still standing. Actually standing taller, standing stronger, standing in your truth, doing the work, healing, growing, elevating. And there was no run back. There is no going back. I've said this before. What they didn't understand is that You're a loyal person. You're a committed person. You're dedicated. You loved them. But you grew love for yourself. And in loving and learning to love yourself, you realized that you wouldn't survive if you had stayed in that situation with that person. It wasn't about not choosing them. It was about choosing you. I'm going to say that one more time. It was not about not choosing them. It was about choosing you. And you made the right decision. And the breeze agrees. The wind blew and said, yes. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Because look at you now. They're bitter and broken, still blaming you for everything that has ever gone wrong in their life since they met you. They're bitter and broken, and you are healing and growing, and the light that they attempted to dim within you is beginning to shine and shine more and more as time goes on. Because God honors, the universe honors when you love yourself, when you choose yourself, when you make hard, difficult decisions. That is for the good of all in the end. Because when we love ourselves, we are able to love others more completely. That is something that I'm learning. I used to chase people, go above and beyond, give way more than I should have, give people way more chances than I should have, because I was desperate to feel loved and to feel like I belonged. And it wasn't until I began to love myself that that chasing started to fade away. And the last person that I chased was someone who I wanted to be friends with. And the last person that I chased was when I was so down and out and so alone that I needed someone. And I thought that this person was my friend, and I was being way too clingy, way too needy. And I recognize that now. But it fed their ego. They ate it up. They ate it up. I couldn't see clearly that they didn't actually care for me, that it was entertaining for them. And when I did something that they didn't like, which was ask for help, I was in a basement in New Orleans, in Treme, living in a one-room brick basement. And when I looked out the window, it was a brick wall. There was nothing there, like literally. I was so depressed. But I was on the healing journey. I was alive. I was in a good space, but I wasn't. And I had ended my relationship. I was in a room in someone's house who was very generous to allow me to stay there with them, and I'm very grateful for that. I was so depressed. because I was grieving the loss of not only a romantic partner, but someone who I thought was a friend, and all the people that came with this person, and all the people that I had met on the journey with this person. I was grieving the loss of all of these people at one time. It was very devastating. It was very shocking to my nervous system. And I was on a sobriety journey. So I was struggling to not drink alcohol. I was in New Orleans, in a Treme, in a one-room basement with a bottle of rum that I was trying really hard to not open. And I text this person asking for help. And it was very offensive to them. And they let me have it. They told me, I don't want you in my life. So guess what? The bottle of rum got opened and I damn near drank the whole bottle. I was so devastated. But that moment did something for me. In that moment, drinking that bottle, I decided to leave the city that I had grew up in and that I had loved, because it was no longer good to me. It no longer belonged to me. It belonged to my ex and all the people that they had collected. Their energy, all the energy, all these people they had collected, it belonged to them. And as much as it was a difficult decision, it was one that I needed to make. It had to happen. And it was in that moment that I decided to leave. It didn't feel good drinking that rum. Straight out the bottle. It did not feel good. I felt like I failed myself. And it was in that moment also that I said that I will be the person that I need right now in this moment. And that's what I've been doing ever since. So when you begin to love yourself, there's nothing to run after. There's no one to chase. You find it within you over and over and over again somehow. Somehow. It's miraculous. And it builds you to be stronger and more confident and more secure. So now I'm in Texas and I get tested and I slide back a little bit, but it helps me to push. It pushes me forward. It elevates me forward to another level. So now, when I attempt to connect with someone and I feel that there could be potential, I understand that potential is absolutely never enough. I show up as my authentic self. I allow them opportunities to maybe say things not quite how they meant or do things not quite how they meant. And I observe and I let them be who they are. And then I decide if I'm going to move forward with connecting with this person. It's my choice. Honor your energy. Honor your time. Just because they want to, don't mean you have to. And that's on God. Woo! Yeah. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I know that if you are here, there was absolutely something in what I shared for you. So thank you for joining me on this journey. Thank you for your time and your energy. Please like, please comment, please subscribe to this channel. We're on a mission. And you're a part of it. If you're here right now, you're a part of it. In some shape, form, or fashion, you're a part of this. So get active. Subscribe. Take care.